Hello and welcome to Talking Reds. Big news today. I mean, is it credible? It's by a certain newspaper. Big news today, as you can see by the screen. Ibrahima Konate has apparently rejected his third contract offer from Liverpool. Now, it is from Marca, and as we all do know, Marca isn't gospel. But yeah, I do think there's probably some credibility to this. We've now entered the new season. Let's remember we're in September now. The transfer window closing the 1st September. There's been no contract negotiations completed with Liverpool and Konate. There's obviously that flirtation of Real Madrid. As we've seen in the last couple of days, I actually made a video on it last night about Konate on my own channel. Go follow me, FC Nudge. But he apparently has turned around and said that Mbappe keeps saying he keeps belling him up, going, lad, come on, come to Real Madrid every 2 hours. Bit needy, Mbappe. And then obviously he has also said last night, apparently, according to Marca, this is according to Marca, the second one, is that the fact that Konate has turned down the third contract offer. I didn't even know there's a second one, to be honest. I know there was one in the summer that got turned down. I'm just trying to find what the actual article said. I think it says, I mean, it is Marca. I don't take it as gospel because, like I say, it's not good. It's not great newspaper at times. So there's another report come out. Obviously, Ibrahima Konate's Real Madrid. The deal is very now advanced from Jose Felix Diaz, Marca journalist. Like I say, so take it with a pinch of salt, but I do think it could be something that we keep an eye on the next couple of weeks or so. Lee, let's have a look at Lee saying in the chat. Hi, everyone welcome in the chat, by the way, as well. Rejecting the third contract offers very soon. An awful lot. Yes, exactly. The defender situation should have been sorted from the beginning of the transfer window, and Konate could step off, catch a bench, move forward. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of things. Obviously, on my own channel, like I've a few people comment on it saying about how Konate should be dropped to the under 21s or something. Possibly at the minute, I'd say that's something that could be done against Burnley. I wouldn't lie to you. No discredit to Burnley, but maybe Slot doesn't want this happening again. Maybe, yeah, maybe he does that. I mean, we've just had this situation with Trent, so it's quite fresh in our minds of what happened and stuff like that. Does Konate come out? Does it make it better and says he wants to join Real Madrid? I think it does. If he does want to do that, because sort of it's his last season, sort of hopefully he doesn't go over scrutinized. But like, if he wants to go, that's fine, as long as he's being honest with us and doesn't like, what's the word I'm looking for? Dangle a carrot in front of us. But I do think he's at the minute, like, apart from the Arsenal game, his two performances at the start of the season have been, I mean, I don't even need to go on about them. They're not being very good. But yeah, I think with the whole situation with his contract in regards to that, he wants 200k a week off Liverpool. Now, as he's one of the most senior players in the squad and stuff like that, I don't think that's too bad, to be honest. But I think he could be asking for that. And I think, do Liverpool want to pay Konate 200k a week? I don't think they do, obviously. I'm not sure what he's on at the minute. I'm going to have a quick look what he's on. I think it's around about the 100 grand mark, something like that. Let me just confer with that. What a great word for the morning. Wages per week at Liverpool. Oh, he's on 70 grand a week. Ibrahima Konate currently earns around 70k a week at Liverpool, but representatives are seeking approximately 200k a week for the new contract as part of ongoing negotiations to keep him at his club. His existing contract is reportedly set to expire next year. The club's initial offer of an extension was heavily performance-based, rejected by the players' team. See, Liverpool have always been like that with performance-based. Like, this is why, Salah, with his contract, like, it's a lot of money, but he deserves a contract. Van Dijk deserves a contract. You know, has Konate done enough for him to get 200k a week? I don't think so yet. I know that we should sign Florian Wirtz and stuff like that, but we have to do that with the size of the player coming into the club. But I don't think we have to do that with Konate. I mean, 70,000 a week. By the way, football's wages are insane. I'm just going to put that out there. But if we double his wages, that's what 130, 140. Give or take 140. I think that's fair. Double his wages, 140 a week. I think that's fair, to be honest. Considering Konate's been at the club, 4 seasons now? This is his fourth season. He had a really good 22 season. He didn't have the best of seasons last season under Klopp. Obviously, Quansah played a lot for him. He's quite injury prone as well, Konate. Let's not forget that. And yeah, last season he was brilliant at the start of last season, and he was really good up until his injury. It took about 5 or 6 games to get back into it after that, and then I'd say he was like one of the best, but not the best in the Prem. Like, I wouldn't say he was in like the top 4 or 5 after his injury. Like before that, yeah, he's probably the best, but yeah, like I say, like Tony's just said the right thing here. Like I don't think he's had enough. I don't think he's had enough good seasons to say to warrant that contract. Like I think he's had out of his whole time at Liverpool 1.5 good years, like 18 months. So it's 4 years he's been there. So it's less time than what he's been there, isn't it? Like less amount of period. Like he'd have been good for 3 years and he's asked for 200k a week. Yes, but he's only good for 18 months out of the 4 years he's been at Liverpool. I don't know. 4 seasons, shall I say? But yeah, 150k max for Konate for me is more. I think it's not more than enough. I think that's right. I said this. If I was Liverpool, I'd probably go up to 160. But yeah, I mean, for a player that can drop stinkers like he has, I don't think he's a finished article yet at all. He's 26, but when Van Dijk's not next to him, we've seen in the cup competitions that he doesn't look as strong. I mean, that goes to saying for most players playing next to Van Dijk, but especially when I sort of get the vibe from Konate, he wants to be a leader, and I think he is a leader as well, but I don't think he's like that level of leadership that he thinks he is yet. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and slate Konate. I think he's a great player. I think he's actually really underrated by a lot of fan bases and stuff like that. Probably just because he plays Liverpool, but he is a really good defender. He's a very combative defender as well. Like I think, I made a point of when he came up against Gyökeres the other week. He likes a battle. Like when it's a player that's not giving him a battle, he sort of switches off. When someone's giving him something to battle, like a strength battle, like coming up against them, heading, he likes that. He thrives off that. But I just don't think, in the grand scheme of things, look, if he has a good season, then I think he should get probably that 200k a week. But if he doesn't, why would Liverpool do that? Because Liverpool can go and get another centre back and work on them. Someone who's, a certain Crystal Palace player who scored for England last night, Mark Gahey. Now, I'm going to have a look at something here because I want to touch on this because apparently Liverpool are not going to go back in January for Gahey, which I don't believe. I think with the noise that's coming out about Konate now, I think that Gahey has got to be a must, really. I'm going to tell you how much Mark Gahey is on at Crystal Palace. So Mark Gahey on according to Capology is on £50,000 a week at Crystal Palace. So think about this logically, right? If Liverpool get Ibrahima, if Liverpool want to get Mark Gahey in January, right? Liverpool go to Crystal Palace, for example, 15 million. We'll give you 15 million on the 1st of January, right? I know Liverpool can do like a pre-contract thing in January with Gahey as well for the summer, but I want him before that. I think everyone does. Liverpool can turn around to him and go, here's 15 million for Mark Gahey, right? That gets put up. Mark Gahey comes to Liverpool, Liverpool pay him £100,000 a week. That is what Mark Gahey's contract will be at Liverpool. And for me, Gahey's younger. Gahey's better on the ball. Gahey's, I think, sort of got a better, cooler. He's calm. You know, he's calm, collected guy. I'm not saying Konate isn't, but he's very calm. He's the best centre back in England. He's the best English centre back, and I think he's ready to take that next step now, Gahey. So for me, as a financial thing for Liverpool, that makes complete sense. If you get what I mean. What's Lee saying? I rate Ibu, but he's far from being in a place. Exactly, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think Gahey suits more of a slot system. I really do. I think he can play midfield as well. That's how good Mark Gahey is on the ball. Like, he's extremely good. You know, and I don't know. I'd love to keep Konate, and I really would. And like I say, I'm taking this with a bit of a pinch of salt with the Marshall stuff, but there's too much noise around it for us to ignore. But I do think, yeah, I really do think Gahey's the one to get in. To be honest, I think he's just got an abundance of talent, and he's ready to take that next step at a big club. And he's done brilliant at Crystal Palace, and I really do like the guy as well. I've been banging on about him for ages. Yeah, everyone, make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure as well to put your notification bell on, because the YouTube has updated a minute, and I'm not sure if notification bells have gone off. But yeah, if you click on the page, you can see a little notification bell. That's every time Talking Reds goes live, and yeah, you get to see us talk anyway. But yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main news about Konate today. There's obviously some other little things I want to touch on as well. So yeah, so actually, yeah, just before I say that, yeah, so Gahey's expiration date of his contract is June the 30th. So it could be almost like a Frimpong situation. We don't get him in January, as in terms of he comes in straight away. Right, so let's have a look. Last night, so there was a few players. If Leone, oh, what's this? Lee said, if Leone could settle quickly and reproduce from Serie A, then he could be a far surprise centre back playing alongside rather than Van Dijk. He said, Virgil, yeah, I think that's a possibility, Lee. I really do. I think that Leone definitely could be. No, I mean, he's one for the future, isn't he? But yeah, I definitely think he could be one that could be starting. Look, he's a big physical presence, and he like so. To be honest, I would try him against Burnley. I really would. Burnley or Southampton coming up in the next week or so. I'd try him. Just try them. Because I mean, I think that's what'll happen. But you know, last night I was trying to touch on some things about internationals are no more now. Not got another for another 4 weeks. But there's been some interesting things happening in terms of. Oh, by the way, that Lee account on Twitter, weirdo. So there's been some interesting things about Liverpool and the players. So Conor Bradley looks like he's going to be back fully fit because he's been playing. He's been playing basically for Northern Ireland. Apparently had a really decent game the other day as well. I think they lost, if I remember rightly. Which is, you know, I don't know if they're going to qualify or not. We'll have to have a see about that. I'm not going into that again because we went into that last night. But yeah. So international duty, Isak. There's the one we need to talk about. Alexander Isak, right? I made a video the other day on my own channel. And yeah, basically, I was saying about Isak, right? And I thought, you know, I said sort of maybe looking towards a Crystal Palace game in a couple of weeks, maybe the Chelsea game. You see him get his first start. I said he might get minutes in the next couple of weeks, which I think he does. By the way, I know it's only international football, but Alexander Isak looks fit as a fiddle. Like, he looks like he's ready to go. He looks like he's hungry. He played against Kosovo the other day. Obviously, Sweden got beat. Not very good from Sweden, but he looks like he's ready. I would personally not start against Burnley, though. I would give him minutes, though. Ekatike has been far too good to drop at the minute. Let's have a look. Sam said, let him go in January and get Gay. He's clearly wanted to join Madrid. This worrying for our season playing him as he clearly don't want to be the club anymore. Exactly. This is what I'm sort of saying, Sam. I've had enough of players like I've had enough of players going, "Oh, we don't want to be at the, sort of don't want to be at Liverpool and stuff like that." So I'm sort of overdoing it now. Like we've had it with Trent, we've had it with a couple of other players in the past. I don't see, and call me daft on this. We're not that far. Like we are obviously, but I always think it is like a table, right? You've got Real Madrid, they're at the top of the table. They're at the top of the table. They're the top. They're sitting at the king's seat. They're eating the scrown and stuff like that. Liverpool are near the top of the table as well. Liverpool are sat probably next to Real Madrid. You've got your Bayern Munich here, you know, Barcelona, all them teams sort of around Real Madrid in terms of size. And I've just got no time really for like players that don't want to be at Liverpool now. I think it's a more exciting project to be at Liverpool at the minute. The Premier League's the most watched league in the world, the most watched game in the world to the Premier League. It's it's the best league by far. The league has fell off humongously. Obviously, still get your big three, don't you, in Liga? But I just think you just look at the Premier League, look at all the players here, look at all the stars here, look at all the players wanted to come to teams here. Look at Sesko, like for example, like you had Newcastle and United after him. 70 odd million pounds going to like, he's meant to be like a big prospect, and he's going there. Gyökeres, most goals the calendar year last year, I believe. Where did he go? Premier League. I don't think La Liga's got that pull anymore in terms of that. The Real Madrid and stuff do have that, obviously, and you've got to be in the Champions League every season. But I don't know, maybe I'm being biased because I'm a Premier League fan and stuff like that. But I just see there's a lot more value into playing in the Premier League at the minute. I feel like you can just, with La Liga, it's more of like you don't have to do as much. Like you're sort of more focused on European competitions because let's be honest, like some of the teams are in La Liga, Liga and stuff like that. I genuinely think that like championship teams could beat them. Like teams that are in the league and stuff, and that's no discredit to them. But I genuinely think that's the level of them. I just think that like English football at this current moment in time is huge. It's massive. It's great. Let's I'm firmly hoping that Isaac will be ready sooner rather than later. He must have been training in private while the season underway. Hopefully, help him back quickly. Yeah, Lee, I'm with you on that. I think with Isaac as well, like he's very, he seems like we've seen it. You obviously seen it inside Liverpool things that come out now. Obviously when he signed, like people said, like some people say he looks a bit arrogant. I don't think that's a winner. That's a winner right there. Like he wants to win. Did you see what he said? What do you want to do in the next contract? I want to win everything. I want players like that at my club. I don't want Konate going, I want to go play Real Madrid. No, I want someone who wants to be there, like Salah, like Van Dijk, like Alisson, like Isak, like Ekitike, like McAllister, like Gravenberg, like most of the players of that team. They want to win because they're winners. They want to be there. They want to do what they want to do. And yeah, I mean, I am sort of I really want to watch him play. Do you know what I mean? Like I still can't get over the fact we signed him. I knew we would, but I'm still like it's not like coming to my head yet. Like I just can't process it. But I just can't wait to see him play. I just think it adds like I said this at the start of the season with Florian Wirtz. I think Wirtz was a needle mover, like for Liverpool. I think it adds an extra like 5% in the Champions League and an extra 5% in the league. Of better, like being better, of 5% more chance of winning it. I think Isak is even more than that. I'll be honest with you. I think Isak's like 10%. I think Isak gives that much quality in front of goal. I think that's like 10% more for Liverpool in the league. Maybe not the Champions League, maybe 5% of the Champions League, because Champions League is obviously different. It's knockout football. But in the league especially, I think that gives Liverpool extra 10%. Like you put the two players there, Florian Wirtz and Isak, that's an extra 15% more chance of Liverpool win the league. That's how good them players are. And that's how much we've sort of like upgraded in the way that we've sort of not necessarily upgraded on Diaz, because I would like to keep Diaz, but upgraded in terms of how we're fluid in attack and how we finish finish it off and stuff like that. Like obviously Isak and Nunes are chalk and cheese, but I'm just excited to see what's happening. Keep smashing the likes and subscribe, folks. Road to 1.5k no walk alone. Yes, DB, how are you? Yeah, I just can't wait for it. I mean, it's. I think once it clicks Liverpool as well, it's going to be frightening, but not for us. It's going to be frightening for everyone else. That's what it will be. We've got obviously going to have a front line of the best. Salah is the best goal scorer and the best creator in the league, with Florian Wirtz behind Isak, who is probably the best cam in the world at the minute, and if not like one of the if not one of the best. Then we've got one of the best left wingers in the Prem in Gakpo. Like people underrate him massively. Then we've got Ekatike, which also Ekatike, I think Ekatike and Gakpo will be battling out for the left hand side or rotation between these at. But Ekatike has joined Liverpool, one of the best up and coming prospects in world football. Started it with a bang at Liverpool. 3 goals in 4 games. Brilliant. 3 goals and assist in 4 games. 4 goal contributions, 4 games. And I mean, Kirkers is settling in. I'll give him a bit of a chance. Frimpong, one of the best attacking right backs in the world. Midfield, Soboslai, Gravenberg, McAllister, Jones. Like Liverpool are in such a good place. Such a good place. And I'm just excited to see it all click because once it does, I just think it's going to be unbelievable. You're going to watch some serious football. I hope Liverpool can maintain the form he should at starts. Like when he away starts, his performance may drop him. Yeah, I mean, do you know what's weird? He went off against Arsenal, didn't he? And then he was literally like straight in the France squad the next day. Like he was straight in the French team. Like I sort of celebrated. I was like, yes, he's not going playing for France. But then he actually ended up doing so. Will be scary. Clicks properly. Everything falls in place. Versus playing easy. TK sounds superb to me. Yeah, I mean, people are sleeping a little bit on Hazard. People are sleeping on Gakpo and Salah. Hazard, where have I got that from? People are sleeping on them too. Like, I think Salah's gonna people are like, oh, he's gonna fall off a little bit this season. I think that's false information. I'll be honest with you. If anything, Salah gets more assists than last season. I think he's obviously been a bit affected by, the passing of Jota. It seems like he doesn't seem fully focused at the minute, and he's obviously admitted that. He said that. He come out and said that. But Salah's just Salah, isn't he? Like he's inevitable. He'll score. He'll assist. I think it's obviously just performances and not being up to scratch. But listen, I'm gonna throw the. I'm not gonna start chatting rubbish about the bloke. He got 47 goal contributions in the league last season. No, that's not gonna get beaten. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm not even gonna bad words say about him. He's brilliant. Like people so reactionary to him. I've seen loads of people on Twitter going on about him, and then I was like, oh yeah, Salah's gonna be, he's gonna have a bad season this year. He's going off AFCON and stuff like that. I said to someone the other day, I said, I bet you has 10 goals by the time he goes to AFCON. And most players don't get 10 goals before they go, before the end of the season. Most strikers don't. I bet he has 10 goals before the end of AFCON, before he starts to go to AFCON in December. And I think 10 goals before then, listen, that's brilliant. He's obviously not going to get as much as last season, but I know that, but because of the way, obviously the AFCON's in the middle of the season. But listen, if he comes out with 20 goals, which is, it's Salah, isn't it? And let's see if he has 20 goals, 20 assists. That'd be nice. But listen, people go, no, Salah. This is why I don't want a bad word chat about him. He's got a goal and assist in 3 games. I'm sound with that. I don't know if anyone else is. Even if Mo cannot get last season numbers again, he'll be utterly devastating. Yeah. Do you know what? Right, this is so true. A poor Mo Salah season, Saka's best, and people say Saka's the best winger behind Salah in the league. I probably would as well, but a bad season for Salah is Saka's best. So if he does get 19 goals and let's say he gets 12 assists, still Salah, isn't it? That's still good. 19 goals, 12 assists, 31 goal contributions in a 38 game season. Yeah. People don't. People are like almost distorted by how good Salah is. Most underrated player ever, Salah. My favorite, one of my favorite players of all time. Yeah. What other news was we going to talk about? I don't want to. I don't want to say too much news because um, I don't want to talk about too much news because I don't want to like sort of just pop up this conference computer. I don't want to talk about too much because obviously we've got a stream later. But yes, have anyone seen the advert for Liverpool? Liverpool's kit. Oh, by the way, we had this up last night. Who's getting that? Unbelievable that, by the way. Who's getting that? One of my favourite things I've ever seen that. Liverpool. Old badge, bring it back. Love it. We're just gonna have a look at a few things on Twitter. So obviously Liverpool have got Burnley on the weekend. I don't like I'm sort of gonna go through a little lineup what I sort of think it'll be. So I sort of went with for Burnley just because quite a few Liverpool players have played like 90 minutes over the international break. So last night, I'll just go through that really quickly. I think Allison played. Did Allison play? Allison played 90 minutes, obviously, for Brazil last night in the 1-0 loss to Bolivia. Don't have to check Uruguay anymore. Colombia 6-3. Wow. 4 goals from Suarez. Internationals for the. I'm trying to see who we scored on that. Who played last night? Did Konate play the full 90 minutes? Let's have a look. Konate played 90 minutes for France against Iceland. Why is he playing 90 minutes? There's also England. Doesn't matter. No one plays there. Salah played 90 minutes. I remember seeing that. Salah. Salah played 90 minutes, yeah. But he did go off as a sub in the 90th minute. But all in all, I think some of the players are going to get a rest. Hungary, that was one I was looking for, wasn't it? Hungary last night. That was they were playing. Who were they playing last night? Portugal. Good game, that actually. So Soboslai didn't play. Did he play the full 90? Yeah, Soboslai played the full 90. I don't know if Kirkers did. Did Kirkers play the full 90? 89 minutes played from Kirkers. So maybe Soboslai gets a bit of a rest. Maybe Frimpong or maybe Bradley get a start against Burnley at right back. I think that'd be something that'd be quite good to see. Rest Soboslai for the week after Everton at home. 12:30 kickoff. Big game that. Obviously, we've got Champions League starting very, very soon as well. So I'd like to get a few players in rested. Because I think Burnley, I mean, I don't want to be nasty to them because I'm trying to respect everyone. Because I'm trying to respect. They're in the Premier League for a reason, but let's be honest, we should be battering them. Let me have a look at this. Liverpool. Yeah, I think maybe we try a few players out. That's all I'm saying. Maybe rest a few. Maybe we give Leone a start, give Konate a rest or Van Dijk a rest. Maybe we give Joe Gomez a start. I wouldn't be too opposed to that. I think Joe Gomez deserves some minutes. Curtis Jones a start. I thought it was really good when he came on against Arsenal. Probably give Curtis Jones a start. He's not done anything over the international break. Whereas Gravenberg's played 2 games. McAllister played last night as well. Pointless. In fact, I'm going to tell you how much McAllister played. That was one I was looking at as well. If he played 90 minutes, I'd be fuming. Because I was like last night's stream, I was like, I'll be happy if McAllister plays, let's say he played like half an hour or 45 minutes. McAllister played 90 minutes. How pointless is that? I mean, he played in the 10, which isn't too bad. 90 minutes McAllister played last night. Crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I think give some players a rest, to be honest, just because like flying abroad and stuff like that. These South American players, I'll be looking at that quite a lot. Maybe Malashodili gets a chance in goal this weekend. I can't see it happening personally, but yeah, I can't see it happening personally, but that's what it is. So before we do go, it's only a short stream today, obviously, because I don't want to keep just giving you pointless information. I want to make the video of good content. But yeah, summarize, Konate could be going. But it was sad to see him go, but the way he's acting at the minute, if it is true, not a fan of it. But yeah, listen, let's hope he just keeps his head on and keeps himself sound. See if we get a contract sorted. See what happens in January with Gakey and stuff like that. But yes, thank you very much for joining today. If you want to go and give me a follow, you can't afford to rest the next game, though. That'll be a tricky game. I mean, yeah, it could be. You could be right there. You could be right there. I mean, I'm not saying give loads of players a rest, just a few. You know what I mean? Like just the odd one, like rotational options. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream today. Thanks everyone for talking. Make sure to give it a like and a comment if you want. Make sure you put notification bell on for when Talking Reds go live. And also as well, I'm going to plug it. Go and give my socials a follow. FC Nudge on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, everything. FC Nudge, FC NAJ. Konate doing a trend, going free, sign on bonus for himself. Yeah, probably. Could be that. Anyway, have a lovely rest of your day. I think there's a stream on tonight. I can't remember who's on tonight, but I remember Damo was telling me that someone's on, but I can't remember. But anyway, have a lovely day, and I will catch you. Or did Isaac get any minutes for Sweden? Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, he got. Yeah, he played half an hour against Kosovo. He looked good. He looked really good actually. Sweden didn't. But yeah, thank you very much for joining the stream today. And if you're watching this later on, thank you very much for watching it as well. Yeah, have a lovely day. Enjoy yourselves. Take care. Like, follow, subscribe. Catch you all later. Ta-da.